So what did we get done? Well, first of all, what we've got done is we've finished off page 2. That's essentially what we've got done, and what that comprised. What I should mention, we got the wheels sorted out. When we were last doing this, I wasn't at all sure about where I was going to go with this, because I got a number of these pulleys and tyres, but not together. So, managed to get the tyres onto the pulleys, and I have to give full credit to my missus, because she's the one who did it. She's the one who got the boiling hot water out, put the tyres in for a minute to get it flexible, and then stuck them on. She did wonderful, because I was probably just going to go to eBay and buy some, but she told me not to waste my money and did it properly. So that's great. She's working down at Quick Fit now, fitting mini tyres. So cool, that's that. We also, so given that we'd got these tyres sorted and wheels, we put these on here. Now, just to show you, the arrangement is quite complicated. Can I hold this while I'm doing? So if we, well, quite complicated, it's just a little bit on the, take that off. The arrangement for these wheels to make them rotate, might show you a little bit further on, but basically speaking, you've got this sprocket there, and that has that bolt coming through from there. So what happens is, that bolt is positioned so that it goes through. We'll get there in a second. So there we go. So it goes through there, so that when the sprocket rotates, it pulls that along with it. And then what you do, this one has also got, second one has also got a bolt going through there, and you stick that on, and that's going to go through that hole there. So again, 1 second. Sorry, camera's moving all over the place. Tripods would probably be a better idea, but there we go. So again, it's kept in with everything going there with it, and then it's capped on by that colour there to keep them all together. Now, in the long build, I was confused as to why they weren't just attached to the axle. But in the comments to the long build, Steve has quite rightly pointed out that that's because they're going to be connected via a differential. What's going to happen is these sprockets are going to have a chain drive to a differential that's going to be in the middle of here. And for the differential to work, these need to be pulled by the sprocket and not by the axle. So I've clearly made a mistake, because at the moment those sprockets I've got tight onto the axle, and I'm going to have to loosen them off so that they can move with the chains and not rotate the axle, so that the differential can work. Probably not explained that very well, but that's what it's about. So we did that. Oh, at this point, give credit as well to Steve Tyrrell from the Rust Bucket Forum, because what I did to help myself figure out my way, went and he's done a build thread on this a few months ago, put some really useful, good quality pictures up on there, so I went and printed myself a lot of his pictures off as a guide to doing stuff. And it was due to these pictures that I managed to sort out the issues I was having with the steering. So, figured out how to get this steering assembly set up. And it works quite nicely. You know, they work in conjunction when they go with that, with the rod together and all such as that. Now, what I am trying to figure out is, this is going to, there's your beam. This bit here is going to connect to the steering rod eventually, and I've got to try and figure out, possibly wasn't clear in the wrong video, but I've got to figure out, according to the instructions, these parts all come together to form part of the connecting shaft through there, and I can't quite see it properly on Steve's pictures how he's done it, and the instructions are not massively clear either. So clearly there is a way that they all fit together to do it, and I presume there's a reason why you've got to use those particular parts rather than just put a rod on to get through to there. So I need to scratch my head a little bit and figure out what's going on there to be able to do it. But I'm sure we will be able to do. I'll hunt some more pictures. I'll spend a few hours looking at the instructions and trying to figure it out, and hopefully when I come back to doing the next video, we've got an idea on it. But that's basically speaking as far as we've got. Oh, and the other news is that I've been doing this whilst I've been in self-isolation for coronavirus, because I've had the plague, and I don't get out for another couple of days from self-isolation. But I've got through that reasonably okay, I think. Touch wood and all that. Just to give you an idea of how big this is going to be when it's finished, which I think is quite impressive. If we turn this over, we're at the point now where we can actually get a bit of a... Just bear with me, camera's going all over the place, but we can actually put some loose wheels on there and on there. We'll fit those properly later on, but that gives you some idea of the sort of size of the model when we get there. That's the base done, and if I stick that on top, that's going to be what the main body moves around on, the turntable. So, you know, you get the idea. It's going to be a pretty substantial model by the time it's finished. That's about, what, 18 inches? Well, that's a wheelbase between wheels of 26 centimetres, more or less. So whatever that works out at, there's going to be 26 centimetres, but there's going to be overhang on that. And that's so, you know, it's not the biggest Set 10 model either. I mean, part of the reason why I did this one was because it was reasonably compact, so for storage issues and so forth, keeping it together, that's what I needed, but it's still going to be fairly chunky at the end of it. Anyway, that's as far as we've got. Please join me next time round and see you there. Thanks very much. Bye.